Gulf of Mexico, one of God's greatest gifts. We have destroyed that. We need to become more aware of the energy we use. We need to become more aware of our carbon footprint. Take a look at the beach behind me. Take a look at the wildlife. Take a look at the water, the air. Look, just take a look at it. Can you imagine it destroyed? Because, folks, that's what we've done to the Gulf. We have destroyed the Gulf of Mexico, one of God's greatest gifts. We have destroyed that.
We're here in solidarity with our friends, the people, and all of the critters in the Gulf of Mexico suffering because of BP's greed and short-sightedness and our government's inability to manage a disaster beyond comprehension. And so there was a restaurateur down in Florida back in February that came up with a concept of joining hands. Joining hands because Florida was being threatened with even more drilling. This was before the spill. So this restaurateur decided that they were going to stand together at the water's edge and say no to offshore drilling.
I want us to go and really pursue clean energy. We have to fight all the politicians, we have to fight all the big businesses, and the oil. It's just ridiculous.
There's a storm brewing right here and in 30 places in New Jersey and over 900 worldwide, and that storm are people standing up together and saying enough. Yeah. People standing up together and saying we want to protect our beaches. It's the people, when we get out on the beach and we join hands, we're going to be sending a message from Asbury Park around the globe, and that message is we're going to stand and lock hands together to protect our beaches from oil spills and other pollutants that threaten our waterways.
The message is simple: no to offshore oil drilling, yes to clean energy. And of course we say no to offshore oil drilling to prevent disasters like the one that's happening in the Gulf right now. But we have to remember that as bad as oil gushing into the environment is, even if all that oil was extracted safely and put into automobiles and burned, that's the real disaster. Carbon gushing into our environment is just as much of a disaster, if not more so. The no to offshore oil drilling part should be easy, but even if we accomplish that tomorrow, we have to get to that next part of this message, which is saying yes to clean energy.
This is the call to action for us to step away from an oil-based economy and toward renewable energy and energy conservation. And that's what the message is around the world today, and it's just the beginning.
There seems to be this idea out there that if we just find some technological answer, that's going to be okay. And we can continue to go further out in the ocean, drill further out in deep water, open up the Atlantic and other areas. No. There is no technological solution here. From the very beginning, big oil, not just BP, Exxon and all the others, they sold the nation a bill of goods. They said that these deep water drilling could occur and they would be able to control it and prevent a spill. They said that if a spill occurred, they could stop the spill. None of that is true. Never was true.
The fact is that the oil companies have locked us into an oil-based economy, and there are very few choices. We're demanding that Congress and the President and our state officials, our local officials, start listening to us and diversifying that oil economy.
I came out today because I believe renewable energy is our future.
We're putting people out of work. We're taking away the future of their kids, the livelihoods of families, and on the flip side, to be the devil's advocate, we're trapping people in an oil industry in an area where they know nothing else. And we don't know if any of these oil companies have answers. So the power of all of you is the power of the voice of the people. You have to stand up for fellow Americans and for their children and for the future.
What they're doing to these poor people down in the Gulf is they're telling them, okay, we're going to clean this up and then we're going to start drilling again because your jobs are dependent on it. But we have to create jobs in green technology. And as long as we continue to pursue riskier oil production, we will not put the priority and the emphasis on solar, on windmills, on geothermal, and all the other alternatives to fossil fuels.
Now, the environment is also about the economy. The coastline of New Jersey is 120 miles of economic benefit to our state. The tourism industry in New Jersey is a $40 billion industry that spins off $2 billion to the state treasury. Without clean, pristine beaches, our economy suffers, folks. Our state's national reputation suffers.
People need to understand not only that this is a universal problem, but also their plastic water bottles, their plastic bags, and everything is part of our reliance on an oil-based economy. And the more we rely on an oil-based economy, the more we are sealing our own doom.
It's easy to blame BP. It's easy to blame the federal government. It's easy to blame the oil workers. But you know what? We need to ask ourselves, what have we done? The reason we're drilling for more and more oil is because we've gotten so comfortable. We're used to getting in our cars and doing whatever we want, going wherever we want to go without a thought. We'll just keep filling it up. We'll keep filling it up. $3, $4, almost $5 just a couple years ago. We just kept filling it up. So we need to think about what we have done. Now look behind me. What happens when it's the Jersey Shore's next? When we destroy the Jersey Shore. I want today to be about each and every single one of us making a change in our lives. Just one change. Where will we not drive? Where will we take our bicycles instead? Where will we not waste energy?
We have to get beyond petroleum. We have to get beyond BP. We have to get beyond oil. The only way this is going to change is we have to take this today from the sands of New Jersey to the sands of the beaches around the world, to the boardrooms in Washington, D.C., and to the Congress in Washington, D.C. They have to hear it loud and clear that we do not want to run an oil-based economy. We have to stop carbon into our atmosphere. We want clean, green jobs, and we want them now. We're tired of waiting for them, and we have to send the word there loud and strong. So join us. Join us.
Hey everyone, come and join us. Say no to offshore drilling and yes to clean energy. Will you join us?
BP is blocking the news. The story is not getting out. The deaths of thousands and thousands of animals is going unwitnessed by the public because they're controlling the message coming out there. And we've got to get those voices heard. They must not die.